Hey, happy Friday. How's it going? Welcome to Pop Up Stage right here on AFO Radio. I'm Mag. And of course, my co host on Pop Up Stage every Friday is Darren T from An Honest Mistake. Now, we do
Woo!
apologize for the delay of the show this afternoon, but I think it kind of works out as well because most of the time, if you work in an office, your lunchtime would probably be between 1 and 2 lah. So I'm guessing that even if you're working at home, it should be about the same. But nevertheless, do join us as we bring you some amazing local hits or local tracks that have been released over the past week and speak to some amazing talent on the show as well.
Yeah. And this week we have a bunch of new songs actually. And one of the biggest songs that was released today is actually a collab track, a three-way collab between MF, Talita, and also Resort. So that's a pretty big one. It's on the playlist, which is a playlist that I made on Spotify. It's called New Malaysian Releases. So go on, check it out. And but we will not be previewing that particular song. It's a great song, but there's a little bit of explicit material, right? So we'll keep it safe and clean right here. But yeah, so we've got a
We
couple
keep
of
it
tracks.
family friendly lah.
Exactly.
PG-13.
Yeah. So we'll play a couple of tracks for you guys. So let's check this first one out. This is a brand new one that just dropped today. It's by Yasmin Aziz. So Yasmin Aziz is a Filipino Malaysian. She grew up like here and in the Philippines. And you know what? She was actually, she's, apart from being a great singer, she's blowing up on TikTok, on Instagram. And she dated Manny Pacquiao's son. So she was dating him for a bit.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if she wants me to mention this, but I'll just say it. So yeah. So anyway, this
Wow,
track
that's really
is
cool.
it's a collab track between Bobby Skies, a South African who's producer who's living in the Philippines.
I was gonna
So
say,
that,
is she collaborating with Manny Pacquiao's son too?
well,
Because we all know the
they
Filipinos
did.
can sing,
That's what I heard.
right?
Yeah. So next week, or something, when we get her on the show, we can ask her all these questions, lah. Huh? All
Okay.
right. So let's preview this track. It's called Paradise.
Boy, why you tripping? You think I'd give it so fast? I've learned from my mistakes, from my own past. Do you have what it takes to gain my love? If it's a yes, then prove it, 'cause I've had enough. I can dance on my own, even without a guy by my side. But if you wanna sway with me, then baby, don't be shy to show me why I should call you mine. If you wanna be my man, then show me you want me back. 'Cause I ain't doing it all again. Don't play with me, be honest, then maybe I'll rock it too. Paradise locked in my eyes.
Yeah. So
I got so
It's
many
a-
questions after you told me about Manny Pacquiao's son. I'm like, wait, hold on, is this song about him too? So yeah,
maybe.
sorry.
I don't know, lah. Huh? But yeah, it's a cool track, man. She's got a lot of soul, that's for sure.
Yes,
and she's
I
only
have to
19,
agree.
I think. 19 or 20.
Really?
So super young, yeah.
Wow.
And, at that age and, just putting out good music and stuff, I think it's amazing. Yeah.
that voice also is like wow, so as she goes
Right.
along, it's gonna get even better, isn't it? Because I
for
notice,
sure.
when artists mature and they grow their craft, it just gets better and better. So wow, so
Exactly.
much to look forward to.
Yeah. So anyway, let's play this next one. I think they're a DJ duo. They're probably new. I might be wrong. They've got a couple of tracks out, but to be honest, I've not heard of them. But they are DJs who's performed all over Malaysia, right? Okay, according to their page. So let's check it out. Okay, let's check it out. This is a track called "To Here With Me" and the name of the group is called Two Face. So let's check it out.
I could be alone with you, just wanna be alone with you. I could be alone with you. Hey, I could be alone with you, just wanna be alone with you. I could be alone with you, with you. Don't wanna look back, no, I won't call back, 'cause I can't let you back in. You could be with anyone, and I could be with anyone. You're here with me, you're here with me. You could be around, but you could be with anyone, and I could be with anyone. You're here with me, yeah. You know what you are to me, you know what you are to me, yeah. I could be alone.
What a cool track. I mean, it's bouncy, it's happy, a bit of that future bass, that pop sound.
I kind of want to know more about this duo you call Two Face,
Yeah,
because I
'cause-
googled while we were listening to the track, and I couldn't find anything. The closest that came was Bunk Face. So either that or two ply face mask, which is
Okay,
currently.
let's
yeah.
see. Let me go to the Instagram. It's Two Face Official. So it's two guys, Nishan and Yang Sim. I don't know.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
All
two
right.
brand new guys. It's cool to be able to, just check out new music.
Absolutely.
But yeah. So we've got that two tracks for you guys today. And, there's more on the playlist. Of course, it's called New Malaysian Releases. Later on in the show, as we close, we'll play you two more tracks as
right.
our pop-up picks. But for now, we've got that two tracks. And we also have two very special guest artists today. So they've got a brand new track out. It's been doing very, very well on the streaming platforms, which is great. It's made it into a couple of playlists, and there's a whole story of how it all came together. And let's find out how it all happened. Let's bring them on right now without wasting any more time. Let's bring on Esty Richard and Karazey.
Hello. Hey.
Hi guys.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to Pop Up Stage. How are you guys doing?
Doing very
good.
well, thank you.
Nice. Now, of course, once again, we apologize for the very late show, but we're glad that you guys are still here with us, and we are super excited about this collaboration. Now, Karazey, you've been on the show a couple of times. We've gotten to know you really well, and I think Darren loves you so much. He speaks very highly of you, so well done. But Esty, recently, Darren's been talking about you and how amazing you are and how much you work on your craft. So tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. I've been in the music industry actually, I think about 10 years ago. Yeah, so I have been in a rock band and I've been on hiatus for probably around that time. And I'm back again with new music.
So are you still a rocker at heart?
Of course, that never left me. That never left me at all.
That's pretty cool. Now, of course, you guys recently worked on a track together. You want to tell us more about that track?
Yeah, basically, I wrote a song. I wrote a song through my mind, and it sounded very, very different previously. And then I found Karazey, and I pitched that song to him, and we made it all from scratch in like probably 5 hours, if I'm not mistaken, all on Zoom during NCO.
Oh,
So that's crazy.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, how did you find Karazi? I find that part very interesting. So, let's find out more about that.
He actually did a remix, an Honest Mistake song.
Yes.
Yeah. And as soon as I saw that story on Darren's page, and I was like, whoa, who is this guy? So I, went to his IG, and then I saw his stuff on Spotify, and I was like, wow, this guy is crazy good. Haha, pun intended. But yeah, I'm like, yeah. So that's how I found him.
Very nice, very nice. So, tell us about the whole working process. Tell us more about, collaborating with each other.
I think this guy is the funniest guy that I've ever met. So it was really easy to work with Karazey. Yeah, I hope he feels the same way about me.
Karazi,
Yeah,
what about you?
100%. Like throughout the entire process, it was just a fun experimental session. One point, Esty even said like, "Put kuchi kuchi hotai in there," and that's that, and we just had fun throughout the entire thing. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So let's go deeper into this song. So this song you created in your mind, you thought about it, you reached out. So, what was it that inspired this whole thing to churn in your mind?
This song, I do this thing with my friends where, especially during MCO, I needed some creative release. So I do this thing with my friends where I said, hey, I texted a friend of mine, give me 3 words. And then she said, okay, mind, and if I'm not mistaken, mind, love, and run, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And yeah, from then onwards, and then, I tried to create a story with those 3 words, and that's how Through My Mind came about. Interesting.
So all you did was basically reach out to your friends and they inspired you. So is that like,
Yeah.
something that you normally do in terms of how you write your music, or you get inspired through everything?
I get inspired through everything, of course, but sometimes I just want to challenge myself because there's just so many sad songs or happy songs that I can write that's relatable to me. So I tend to get inspiration from other people. So like, okay, why did this person give me these words? So I try to put myself in their shoes, and sometimes it's nice for me to ask like, why these words and what are you going through, so I can write a song based on that.
Okay, very nice. So if I were to ask you right now, what are 3 words that are in your mind at this very moment?
Rendang. I'm quite hungry. Rendang, coffee, and Netflix.
Okay, sounds
Those are
like a
the
plan
3.
for a Friday afternoon right now.
Indeed.
Especially since it's lunchtime. Now, okay, so if you're watching us this afternoon, this is Pop-Up Stage. Of course, on the show this afternoon, we're speaking to Esty Richard and Karazey. They just released a brand new track. And if you have questions or you like to send out your love, you can type it in the comment section below. We've got some messages from Kevin, who says, hi, guys. We've also got Jerry, who says, hi, guys, as well. So thank you so much for all your messages. Now, Darren, anything that's on your mind right now?
No, I think it's good, how it all came together, But I think maybe you want to like just walk us through how it really happened. I mean, of course, you said that it all happened like over Zoom and stuff like that. But what actually went on? Like did you come like Esty? Did you come with like, okay, here's the song, here's the lyrics, here's the idea that I have, here's the melody, now Crazy make something. What was that process like? I think that's actually quite an interesting thing, for people to kind of like know, because seeing that the pandemic is still on and we are in like MCO round 3, so I think that'll be more beneficial to our listeners who are actually listening in, to find out how the process, the entire process took place.
Yeah. So, I got the song already, through my mind, in my mind, and I pitched it to Karazey, and I know. After listening to his Spotify, I know the style that, like dance and everything. So I like that his style of music. So when I came in to the Zoom, I said, go all out. I want to see how your process is. So he was just, dragging these things. So I saw the whole process when he was doing it. And it was very interesting. And then we bumped up the tempo higher. So I was very present during the making of this song. But I think the technical parts, maybe Karazey could explain more.
Karazey, yeah, maybe you want to chime in a little bit on how it all happened. And I mean, did you guys mention this earlier that it all happened over a course of about 5 hours?
5
right?
hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe
it was just constant. Yeah.
Right.
Actually,
Okay,
speaking
so-
about the technical part, there is a question. Kevin's asking, how did you record on Zoom for Esty? How did you record? Karazey, what did you use to produce? It's a geeky question, but he needs to know lah, basically. So he's asking that question. So maybe if you can walk us through that process.
Should I answer first, or Esty, you want to
Yeah, go ahead. Shane, you can answer.
Yeah, about what DAW I use FL and Ableton at the same time, both DAWs, depending on my mood. That's my geeky side, I guess. And yeah, for the Zoom recording thing, Esty recorded the entire thing. She went to a studio and recorded the vocals, and then she sent it over to me. I did the mixing and the mastering, the touches and stuff. And yeah, that's the song. But in terms of the process of the entire song, when Esty gave me the vocal, it was kind of like I had a blank canvas and it was my job to paint everything to set the scene. And her song itself back then was a lo-fi, much more chill vibe and stuff. And I'm all about the energy. So to like completely take a song that is so chill and make it into a dance track was a challenge for me. And especially making the song in front of a person. Ooh, that was really intense for me because I was so shy at the time. I was like, I cannot mess this up. I cannot make something bad. I got to do it good. So that was it. But I think it comes down to me having school and stuff, right? So I have to really work on time constraints. Like I'll always push myself to finish a song as soon as possible. That's how the I Don't Give a Damn remix happened in one day, and this became 5 hours. Next thing you know, I'll make a song in 10 minutes for all we know. But yeah, I mean, the song itself is... I mean, throughout the entire Zoom call, Esty was being that source of inspiration, She kept on saying like, oh, dude, you should try this, you should try that. This is cool, this is not cool, this is cool. So it was like much more fun and easygoing to have another person who can listen to it like from a fresh pair of ears, because I'm so used to all the sounds. I know like, okay, this is the pattern, this goes like this is the structure, but Esty gives that the new flavor, She just tells, okay, this is something new, this is something else. And yeah, throughout the entire process, it was just easygoing. It was really fun to make. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Kevin, I think to answer your question, I mean, Kevin's based in Penang right now, but he's an amazing bassist, and I've known him for a very, very long time. I think to answer his question, I think basically what you did was just share your audio out of FL into Zoom, and that was kind of how it all happened, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So sharing audio, that's pretty much it. But in terms of like singing wise, Esty, like the first initial session, right? Did you already have like some kind of vocals that was recorded on your phone, right?
Yeah, so I just used the first demo, the draft. I just used my earphones. Because everything was closed, all recording studios were closed, and as soon as the MCO lifted for a bit, I immediately booked a session. To record the vocals, and that's how the singing part was done.
Very nice. That's cool. I think it's seeing, like I said, the pandemic and all that, and like even myself, like I was involved in like a production like class kind of thing, and now these guys who were involved in the class, there's about 100 of us. I've personally not sat in any of the production hangouts after the course was over, but I know that they are constantly meeting and they are constantly just like doing and producing music just over Zoom, so that's actually very, very cool. But yeah, so okay, let's just jump. Meg, do you have any questions? Because I want to jump to a question by Kevin again.
Yeah, that's the next question I was going to ask, because I think Kevin's a little bit taken by Karazey as well, because he's got another question asking you about producers that influence you.
Yeah, so which producers are you influenced by and who are you listening to right now?
I mean, there's a lot of producers that I'm influenced by, like, of course, Martin Garrix is up there, and then there's the entire Indian hip-hop scene and so on. But more today, like, what I'm influenced by is just the people around me, like the energy they give me and stuff. I get inspired by the smallest things. And especially through my mind, there's this secret version I'm working on. It's called the Deepavali edition. That's what my friends and I are calling it. And I'm so excited to put that one out. So yeah, what
is that the one with the kuch kuch hota hai?
It's even better. So yeah, it's just like everything around me. That's what influences me. But as for artists I'm listening to right now, I guess it's a lot of hip hop stuff right now. Like as a Ferg, as a Rocky, and so on. 50 Cent. I don't know why suddenly it's just a hip hop zone for me now. But yeah.
Okay, so this track is not a rock track, right? Because I heard the preview. So Esty, how did you find yourself here, coming from a rock band, having done many other, and that's what basically your passion is, isn't it? So, when you saw Karazey, firstly, I know you were amazed by what he's done, but what was it that stood out for you, one? And how do you blend yourself being from a rocker chick, and so to say, and now being who you are today?
To answer that question, the rocker chick one, I've always been a fan of EDM music. I used to listen to ATB when I was younger, and I've always wanted, it was like a bucket list thing that I've always wanted to do a dance track. When I was in a rock band, that was very, very different. But at the same time, coming to where I am now, I thought, let me just try something different. It's like, because the way you sing it is different. The techniques are different. The songwriting is different as well. It's more to a lot of melodies instead of a lot of writing, like in rock music. It's very storytelling kind. Correct. So that's how I blend in, I guess, right now. So I mean, like where I'm at. And the first question, could you repeat that again? Sorry.
So you first stumbled upon Karazey when he did that collab with AHM, right? So you heard the remix, you were amazed by it. But what was your first thought about this guy, about what he's done?
I thought this guy was amazing, and I was intimidated, to be honest with you, before I found out, like, okay, he's Shade, he's Karazey. I was very intimidated because I thought, he's not gonna talk to me or something like that, because he's so good. Like, he's really, really, really good. So that's what stood out, because his stuff is top class. When I heard his stuff on Spotify, I was like, that's basically, every time you listen to his music, that was what stood out for me,
Yeah.
So good on you, Karazey.
So just curious though, in that 5 hours that you guys managed to produce the song, create the whole song, how many hours was used to get to know each other and get acquainted? And because right now you say you were nervous, and he says that he was nervous as well. So I'm just curious, how did you break the ice?
I think throughout the 5 hours, we just immediately clicked, and it was great. It was such a good connection, didn't we? Yeah. Awesome. It was immediately after we got on Zoom, straight away we were laughing, we were making jokes, and it was like speaking to an old friend. So I think that's great when we have chemistry. I thought that was awesome.
Brilliant. So what would you say is the secret to working together and creating an amazing track?
I would say it's chemistry. chemistry. Yeah, I would say that's the
Karazey?
top number one.
Oh, I would say the exact same. Like, if you both are compatible with one another, like you share, bounce off each other, the energy, the ideas, the song will be amazing at the end of it. So yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
now I'm just curious though. You did mention there is another version of this song going to be released. Tell us more about that one. How different is it from this current one, and why is there another one in the line?
I guess the whole reason there's another one is like how to say it, through my mind reimagined in another soundscape, in another zone. Because originally we wanted to do an acoustic mix. Like I was calling Esty and I was telling, yo, you gotta hop on the Zoom. And then she came on and then she heard the entire thing, and it's completely Deepavali edition. So it's much more interesting this way because you're seeing through my mind through another pair of glasses rather than the first version you had. This is a whole nother perspective to look from. And that's kind of what I like to do with my sound, especially with music in itself. Like, don't always look at one angle, but try to look at different angles. So yeah. That's the entire song.
Wow. Esty, anything to add to that?
I can't wait. Like, I really can't wait to hear the reimagined version, the Deepavali version, to be honest.
So
Yeah,
you've
I'm very
not
excited.
heard it yet.
Bits and pieces, but not the full thing yet. So
Is it meant to be a surprise for you as well, or just for us?
well, I hope I get really surprised. I want to be surprised because like Karazey mentioned, you only see through my mind in like this one
Yes.
one way. Yeah, one perspective. And then just to hear it differently, I'm very looking forward to that.
All right.
Cool.
Darren?
Nah, I mean, I am just quite excited to hear, remixes. Like right now, people are constantly just working on collabs, It's all about the collab culture now, it's working together, just jumping onto each other's audiences and skills and learning from each other, But remixes is actually kind of like a thing that that in the past, may not have happened as often, but right now I think, it is really just blowing up, especially for pop artists, I mean, it's common if it's like a dance track, to have like multiple remixes, that's definitely understandable,
Correct.
Like, but for pop tracks to have different remixes, that's a little bit rare. So I'm actually quite, excited to hear what, you guys have in store. Yeah,
In
especially
store.
Crazy, man. Yeah. Cool. I think
No.
I think today's interview is kind of fun because it's not just the both of us talking to the both of them, because Kevin is also talking to them too. So Kevin's got another question. Okay, he said, being a singer-songwriter, Esty, okay, how do you feel like composing with acoustic instruments versus heading directly to the computer? And Crazy, if you have any thoughts on this. Oh, he's got a question for me too. Being in rock bands with guitars and bass versus now, if there are no other questions. All right. Cool. I think Crazy and Esty, both of you can just go ahead and answer this question because I think they're very cool questions.
Yeah. To answer that question, for me, because I have a guitar, obviously at home, so that's where all my writing goes first. So it's very I've not actually written a song directly straight on the computer or something like this. I need an acoustic instrument to play around with, to mess up with the chords or something like this, get a new melody. So yeah, but it will be interesting to write a song directly straight to the computer. I would like to challenge myself doing that. Yeah, good one.
Karazey, do you have
Crazy,
any
what
thoughts on
about
this?
I do not play an instrument, so this is really an interesting question for me. I don't know any music theory, nothing. Everything was from scratch. If you ask me what chord is that, I have no idea. All I know is it sounds sweet and that's cool. But yeah, for producing through this laptop, that's my entire creative process. Like, I have 2 guitars, which I'm learning to play still. but I'm slacking off. Like I'm lazy. But yeah, just the laptop, headphones. That's all I need, and I can make a song, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin, if you didn't know, Karazey really does not play any instruments. And that's why, we feel like he's so brilliant. The fact that he doesn't have any background in music, but he's done amazing tracks, and he just wows us all the time as well. Now, Darren, the question for you as well, being in rock bands with guitar, bass, and drums versus now and producing electronically.
Man, I mean, like, to be honest, for me, I think that it's so much easier to make music now, considering that everything that sounds acoustic can be made electronically,
Yeah.
So for me, it's definitely made a lot of like the process quicker. I can just write something on my guitar and then just record it straight into the computer, and then work on it from there. For example, like drums and stuff, they're all like plugins, so I can just choose. So I think like making music in this era is definitely quicker, a lot easier as compared to the past, where we would record like on our phones, or if you go even before that, it was on tape and all that, record from your like Iowa radio, or like, Sanyo or something, So
Sanyo, damn!
Yeah, so the thing is, like, for me, it's it's made it a lot easier as well, and we are able to picture everything and see everything a little bit clearer. If you don't like something, you can always remove it. So yeah, for me, that has definitely made things a lot quicker. The process is quicker. You can be more creative, like, for example,
More
like my own
efficient.
music right now, I'm just putting in a lot of elements and a lot of other things that usual rock bands probably would not put, for example, like a trap beat, and having the trap beat like jump from left to right, and stuff like that, because a lot of techniques are very common in like dance music, that are common in dance music may not be common in rock music. So I'm just trying to fuse all these things together and just create something new, especially for the listener. Then they're like, oh wow, I didn't know it's coming from here, whatever. Yeah, so that's kind of like it lah, But like so that's Kevin, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, he says great answers, guys. All right, so Shakir has a point of view. He says it is easier to record music now, however it is harder to stand out and sound unique. Now that's actually a very interesting point though. So is that true? Is it difficult to sound unique? How does Esty sound unique? If I listen to you, how would I know that's you? How would I know, Karazey, this is your work? And how would I know, Darren, that's something from an honest mistake?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the both of you guys can go first.
Okay, so I think I just realized this. Someone mentioned to me the way I sing, and when I say certain words, apparently I do it in such a way that's very Esty. I'll pick out, these bits when I have, or later on. But there are just some things that I do, apparently, that my friends and, they picked it up. And they were like, oh, this is Esty, the way she says something, So I think, I think style is very important as a singer, I guess. But not to, I guess, it will just develop, I think, throughout the years. This style is like you can't really, like, I want to sound like this, because people can pick that up very, very fast. But throughout the years, apparently, I say certain words differently. So yeah, I guess that's one way to stand out as a singer, I guess. Yeah.
I agree. I think as a singer, how you sound and your style paints you in a different picture as well. When you listen to them, you're like, oh, okay, this is definitely Esty kind of thing. You'd identify it very quickly. Karazey, what about yourself?
I mean, being a producer and wanting to stand out is a struggle, like really, like something every producer goes through. Like you just come to a point where you're like, I'm making stuff the same as everyone else. That's what people also say. And personally, something I hold close to my heart is the fact that no matter whatever technology anyone has, whatever software, whatever plugins and so on, whatever knowledge they have and whatever they decide to do, nobody can make the same decisions as you. That's what makes you unique, you know. By the end of a song, you're gonna make like around 15,000 decisions on your own, and that is your decisions. Nobody else gonna make that decisions. Like, not the same person can make the same decisions as you. So people can say, "Oh, I can make that." To this, they can't. So you're unique in that sense already, because everyone can replicate any sound nowadays. Like, you can give me something, I can make it completely. But one thing that you cannot like copy from me is my choices. It's what I decide to make, what I decide to do, and who I am in general. Because the song is a part of me, and it's something I express myself in. So there's no way somebody's gonna copy me. So yeah, that's what being unique is to me.
Wow, that's amazing. I like
Very
that
nice.
answer as well. Darren, yourself.
Now, I think for me, you know, how do you stand out? You know, making music in this generation, yeah, sure, you know, everybody's a copy of a copy of a copy, right? You know, but what makes you stand out is how hard your hustle is, you know? Because, like, for example, like producer A and producer B, you know, can have similar sounds, but if producer A hustles a little bit harder, promotes himself a little bit more, pushes his music to his friends a lot more, you know, and that's where the real difference is, you know, in terms of sound. How different can you be, you know? The music of today is emulating the music of the 70s and the 80s, you know? Like everything that we hear in pop music right now, you know, like Bruno Mars, you know, probably one of the biggest artists, you know, everything that he's doing, you know, is the sound of the 80s, right? And it's not any different, you know, like for example, like Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish sounds of, you know, synthwave from the 70s, you know? So the thing is, like, like how can you really be different? You know, it's number one, I guess, the personality, you know, and that's why, you know, I've always had my long hair, you know, and all these crazy stage things that I do, you know, and that's really how you can stand out, you know. So making music in this generation is tough, but standing out and sounding unique, you know, that is something that you need to hustle a little bit harder and let people know that why they should listen to you and not the next person, you know. That's it. Yeah.
I honestly think it should be a collaboration of a combination of all three of what you guys have said, you know, because I think, yes, it is not easy to stand out, but I think everybody has their own personalities. Everybody has their own essence that they bring to their own tracks. Because if I listen to an Honest Mistake without knowing an Honest Mistake that was an Honest Mistake song, I would automatically go, okay, I know this is Darren for sure, you know. I don't know why, but it's just that way. But Darren does have a point, because I think a lot of Western music today, we cannot tell the difference of who is who and who's singing what, because most of the time you sound the same. So you've got to establish your style for yourself and make that more prominent, I guess. I kind of like today's conversation on the show, though, because it's become a discussion. So, you know, if you do have any more questions, please drop it in the comments section. And hey, if you just released a new track, you can also send us your track or send us an email so that you can be featured on the show as well. Now, of course, Esty and Karazey worked on a track. It's called Through My Mind. Guys, where is the track available, and you know, how can you listen to it?
It's available on all streaming platforms like Spotify, Deezer, YouTube Music also. Yeah, just stream it. Like, you can Google it also, it'll come up first thing.
Yeah. Okay, I think we should roll the track. What do you say?
Yeah,
Good.
let's do it.
Let's go.
Sounds good.
You wanna call it fate, you wanna call it something else, oh baby. Put your skin on mine, hold your eyes just watching me go crazy. Please don't leave me there. Please don't leave me here. You keep running through my mind all the time. I wanna make it with you. My heart's blowing out of time. Cross the line, I kinda wish it was you. You keep running through my mind, You keep running through my mind,
Nice one, guys. Congratulations on the track. I love it. You can listen to it over and over again, especially on a Friday. And for some reason, the weather outside makes it even more perfect to listen to that track right now. Darren, what did you think about it when you first heard it?
I knew that they were kind of working on it, you know, but then when I first heard it, I was like, wow, okay, this is cool. You know, I've known Esty for a long time, you know, and this was something that I probably would not or did not expect from her, because you know, she's also rock driven and rock oriented, you know, and to hear something that's a little bit more softer, more sensual, I guess, you know.
Yes.
You know, it's got a different take lah, you know, and I think like as people mature, as people grow up, you know, that's kind of like how the progression is with music. You know, you earlier on in your career, you know, people write about angsty stuff because that's kind of how it is, right? You know, the generation, like the style of music at that time. And then after that, you know, as you grow older, you're like, okay, you know, maybe I want to try to internalize certain thoughts and, you know, maybe express those thoughts in a different manner. So I guess, you know, through my mind came out that way, and when I heard it, I was like, wow, this is cool. You know, it's a danceable track. You know, it's a very chill out track. You know, so it's doing pretty well. Also, you know, it's got about 15,000 streams already.
Ooh, nice.
Which I do hope that it'll continue going up. But yeah, it's, you know, for like Esty's like first release as an artist, you know, I think it's cool. You know, like kind of like a rebirth for her, you know, to have 15,000 streams. Because, like, man, to be honest, I've been putting out music consistently, you know, and I don't have one song that's 15,000, okay? You know, for some strange reason, you know, yeah, sure, I've been making music for a long time, you know, but yeah, the streaming world and, you know, all that is just a little bit different, but that's how it is.
All right, brilliant.
Yeah.
Now we've actually spoken about all the good stuff of making the track. 5 hours, great track, great chemistry. The working process seems flawless, but I'm sure there must have been some challenges getting this track out. So, you know, were there challenges, or was it like smooth sailing all the way?
I think like when Esty sent back her vocals, right? Like she recorded at the studio and she sent it back. Like there were 30 takes, I think, 30 or 15 takes. So I had to put them all in and listen to each one and select the best parts. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. That's not good. Okay, we're gonna switch that with this one. We're gonna change this. Okay, once that was done, it was easy and I was nice. Okay, let's go move on to the next thing. Then came the breaths, the clicks, the mouth clicks, and so on. And this thing really challenged me to mix. Like I really had to like zone in and bring out all the tools of my craft and everything, try to dig it out. And throughout the entire process, Darren was helping me. He was just telling me like, bro, you got to edit this even more. Like you had to add delays and stuff. Like, yeah, that was the challenge. The mixing was the challenge, surprisingly. Not creating it. Creating it was like that, but mixing it and like polishing it to what it is now, that was the challenge, I feel.
All right, very nice. Okay. Now, Kevin, you are asking me as a listener, what do I listen to when I hear music? It really is a combination of everything. It's how it sounds, the vocals, and the lyrics. I actually pay a lot of attention to the lyrics because if I resonate with the lyrics, then I like it even more, you know. But if the track, it just has really good beats, I could do that too. So it depends on the mood lah sometimes. So it's like that. Okay. So yeah, Darren, any more questions?
Nah, I think it's cool, you know. Maybe we can move to like one more question. I think this one, you know, it gets a little bit deep into the music production side of things, which Kevin has. But I think there are tons. Like, okay, his question is, what VSTs do you use, Crazy? So
Yes, this. Oh, this is going to be a
there's
long
just too
list.
many, I've personally gone through some of them with him, and it's just crazy the amount of stuff that he has, but of course, he doesn't use all of them. But what's your go-to? I think let's name maybe 3 go-to. I think this will be helpful for people who are watching, who are getting into production as well. Maybe your 3 main go-tos.
Yeah, I think first would be Silent because it's just a good synth. Second would be Ozone, like to master my stuff. And third would be some Valhalla reverb or something. Yeah, those are my 3. The rest of it is stock because I can work with stock like no problem at all. And that's about it.
Okay, cool. I think like for me, like I've started making, stuff at home. My main would be like CLA stuff, like waves, CLA vocals, CLA guitars. Those are the 2 main ones, and definitely Easy Drummer for me. So Easy Drummer works like it works like magic. Yeah. So those are some of the items that I would personally use. I'm sorry, Meg and Esty, you guys probably don't know what we're talking about, but this will be helpful to the aspiring producers out there who's tuning in,
Absolutely.
or even other musician friends.
Absolutely.
So,
now, of course,
yeah.
Kevin says that he's getting back to work. Congratulations to Esty and Karazey on running through my mind. And he says thank you as well. Well, thank you for your questions and making the show a discussion, because that's great. We get to see everybody's point of view as well. Karazey and Esty, I think you guys have done an amazing job on the track. It's amazing, really. I think
Thank
it's
you.
time for us to play our rapid fire segment. So we've only got like about 4 questions this afternoon. We'll ask you a quick one to give us what's basically on your mind as you hear the question. Let's kick it off with question number 1.
All right. Okay, first one, This one, okay, so we'll start with Esty and then Karazey, okay? Describe
Okay.
yourself in 3 words.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Spontaneous, humorous, and why am I thinking hungry? I don't know. But yeah, those are the 3 things. Yeah.
Karazey?
Okay.
I would say I'm funny, I guess. And then sort of confident. And then one more would be, I don't know enough adjectives to describe myself. Oh, no. This is a bit difficult.
I thought that was the adjective that he's going to use. I don't know what adjective to
Happy.
describe myself.
Let's go with happy.
Nice. Very nice. Now, if you could talk in your sleep, right, what do you fear you'd talk about?
I had a fear when I took my sleep.
Any
I'm not
secrets?
so sure how
girl?
I'm not so sure how I'd answer that. Probably Karazey, you go first.
I might end up bad talking about someone. Like, I might end up saying like, "Oh, you're so ugly." Yeah, that might just happen. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Esty?
Yeah. I guess that would be it as well. Just
Okay.
suddenly out of nowhere, I talk bad about someone. I don't mean to.
And being next to that someone as well. That's like the
Yeah.
worst situation to be in, right?
Worst.
Next question.
Okay. What word would you add to the dictionary if you could, and what would it mean?
A new word.
A new word.
Correct.
It's not a new word, but I used to say script a lot to my friends, even though it's not like script, like script. So that would emphasize the good factor in when you're talking. Like, yeah, dude, that song script. It's lame, but this is something that I used to say to my friends.
Created her own slang way. I like it. Nice.
What is
Slang,
that?
correct.
Script?
Script. Yeah, like yo, that song script, bro. It's
Okay.
like, but
It's like lit or happening or great or
yes,
stuff.
Okay.
that's right. That's right. That's right. That's
All
right.
right. Cool.
Karazey?
Crazy. What about you?
I mean, it's a pre-existing word, but it has a different meaning. It's atas. Like the entire meaning behind atas is like top tier, top notch. That's what me and my friends we say about something like, yo, that's
Yeah.
so atas, bro. Like it's the typical teenager thing, atas.
Okay. All right. I think I
Very
use that
nice.
word in the same way as well. Okay. Now, last question. Have you ever tried to do something you know you'd be really bad at? What was it?
I tried dancing during MCO. That wasn't a fun one, and then I found out that I have two left feet. I can't dance all my life.
You
So
can't
yeah, but
dance.
I did.
I don't believe. Okay.
Yeah,
I
I find
remember
it
last
hard to
time.
believe.
Okay.
I
Last
tried.
time.
I tried.
Hey, never mind. MCO over already. Once MCO is over, which means next year, hopefully. Okay, all of us can go out dancing. Okay.
Back
We
pain
should
now.
throw a
Back pain.
pop-up
Oh,
stage party, okay?
yeah, that'd be great.
Karazi?
Well, I tried playing the guitar. I gave up. So yeah, that happened. Oh.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so you've completed What's on Your Mind this afternoon, and we've come to the end of the show already, guys. Before we let you go, what's the one thing you enjoyed most about working together?
I think like I mentioned earlier, that we just click, and he's so funny. He's such a funny guy, Karazey. So that's the best part. We can just talk about anything, So chemistry.
I mean, as her nickname is Kak Bunga. That's what I call her, Kak Bunga.
Aww.
And yeah, it's just fun energy, the fun vibe she gives like throughout the entire song. That's all. Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We're looking forward to the other version of the song, your Deepavali version. So keep us in the loop and let us know. But in the meantime, any last words for your listeners?
Hope you guys enjoy the song and keep it on repeat. That would be great. I would appreciate it so much.
Nice. Razi?
Keep streaming. Thank you so much for everything. And yeah, peace.
All right. You guys take care, stay safe, and keep making amazing music. So, on behalf of Pop Up Stage, have a great weekend ahead. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, Darren, that
Right.
was a very interesting conversation we had this afternoon. It's
Yep.
nice, isn't it? So we should have more people asking more questions, because then it comes
Exactly.
from different perspectives as well.
Yeah, so it's cool to be able to just hear young producers share their thoughts and ideas and stuff, because it's really cool. And like I said earlier on in the show, it's 2021. We all, as artists and musicians, we need to be more proactive and start putting out music in a more dynamic and more aggressive way, not just like one song a year, but as many as possible in a year, because with all the technology that we have now, it's a lot quicker, and we should capitalize on that, that's for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think it's always good to improve ourselves as we go along, isn't it?
For sure,
So
for sure.
regardless of what you do in life, I think the MCO has given us a lot of time to look at ourselves and say, how can we do better? What can we do more of? And I think I've seen musicians grow even more within the past 1 year. So I'm so happy for all our local talents. It makes me so proud to be talking about them on the show every week. So we've come to the end of the show, where we bring you pop-up picks, and these are songs that we would suggest you check out over the weekend, on top of all the other songs that we've spoken about. So what do we have on pop-up picks?
All right, on pop-up picks today, we have two more tracks. Okay, so this one, a lot of you might know this indie pop band called Froya. So this is actually a track. It's a collab track with an artist. I'm I'm not sure how to pronounce their name. It's SNOWK. Okay, Snow
Snow
K or Snoke. Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're actually Japanese. They're Japanese producers, and they've got a collab featuring Froya. So let's check this track out. I've not heard it, so let's listen to it together.
Maybe I should have asked where we were headed. If we were a love song, we'd go insane. Standing by the coastline, watching the sun goes down. Will you come around? Meet me outside with the waves nearby. Somehow you make my heart go wild. Meet me outside under moonlit light. Want me inside, I'll wait. At the meantime, maybe won't stay around midnight. Let's come a little.
Very cool. Such a cool song. I think it's perfect for the weekend,
I know. I like the sound of that song. And can you imagine? I actually interviewed Froya for the very first time in 2015. So
Right.
I think it should be time that we feature her on the show sometime soon as well.
Yeah,
Because
hopefully.
she's come a very long way, and she's
For
she's
sure.
great in what she does as well. So what's next?
Okay, the next one is hold on. Okay, so the next one is by another artist. Okay, I mean, of course, another artist. This is MKNK. He used to go by the name Clinton Liu.
Of GT
he-
Experiment.
Yeah, correct. So he used to be like a, I guess pop rock band. And now he's gone full on hip hop. He's moved back to KK, I think. And this song is called All Day. Let's check it out.
Feeling all love and not okay. Feeling kinda down, I lost my way. I've been trying to write, but it has been easier. I've been trying to call, but it has been easier. Feeling all love and not okay. Feeling kinda down, I lost my way. I've been trying to write, but it has been easier. I've been trying to call, but it has been easier. I just been stuck in my cage, walking around in a maze. Tell me that I'm doing okay, tell me that it's all fake. Lately I'm feeling the struggle, hiding my tears from the rain. Lately I'm having some trouble, trying to stay on my lane. Get me on the record, I'll play for you. Feed me on the things and I'll lay for you. I just wanna be enough for you. I just wanna be enough for you. Feeling all love and not okay. Feeling kinda down, I lost my way. I've been trying to write, but it has been easier. I've been trying to call, but it has been easier.
Yeah, cool. That is such a cool track. And, to hear like a rock person move into like complete hip hop R&B like that.
Absolutely.
It's just a different world altogether. And to do it so well, I think it's commendable.
But I think he also is a producer, if I'm
He
not
is, he is, yeah.
mistaken, right?
So he
Yeah, so
produces
it's like
and he plays
in
as
his
well, and
line.
perform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would have to say that the band that he was from, they were a very talented bunch of people, and
yeah, of course.
they were really good at what they did. And I'm actually happy that he's moved on and he's created a brand for himself. And this particular song speaks about having to go through the mental hurdles and challenges or struggles faced by people who create content these days, so it's actually very interesting, the story behind the song. So go check it out for yourself, and someday soon we'll have him on the show to talk about the track as well. So there you go. We've given you quite a list of tracks to check out this week, and it can all be found on a list that has been prepared by Darren on Spotify.
Exactly. So it's called New Malaysian Releases. That's what it's called. So go on, search for it, check it out. And there's over 100 songs on there. So it's all good. Check it out.
Absolutely. So we've come to the end of the show already. Thank you so much for joining us. We've had a good time on the show. Don't forget, if you do have a new release or you'd like to be part of the show, please send us an email to popupstagemy@gmail.com. Now, of course, for next week, we've got another artist lined up for you, and of course more tracks that we'll preview together. Remember, this is a journey for all of us to find out more about our local talents. And sometimes, honestly, we've also we may have just chanced upon this artist and we find out that they're Malaysian and they got really good music, and we're just learning about that even more on the show. Okay, so hit us up, tell us why you'd like to be part of the show, or maybe share with us what you think of the show as well.
Yep, that's it. So have a great weekend, guys. It's I hope you all have also signed up to be vaccinated. If not, you just wait for the updates from the government and all that stuff.
I have failed miserably.
Yeah, so it's super important, to get yourself vaccinated, do all that stuff, and also to stay safe. The cases are rising up like crazy. It's like we are, in a race to see who can go the highest, if we can top. Like
I wish it was that kind of a challenge,
Yeah, so I think so. Have a great weekend, guys. Stay safe and be safe.
That's right. Take care of yourself. We'll see you next week, same time, same place, right here on AFO Radio. Happy Friday, guys. Bye-bye.